And we are live. Let me bring my other guest in. Oh, she's driving. Oh my goodness. Are you driving,
I'm
Phil?
hands free. Yeah,
Okay.
but my eyes are on the road, but my ears are on y'all. Good evening.
All right, cool.
Hi.
We just getting ready
Hello.
to do the intro. So I'm gonna do my intro and then we're gonna let everybody do the intro and then we're gonna get ready to get this thing going. And like them old Baptist preachers say, we ain't gonna be long. 2 hours
Okay.
later, we still in this thing. But nah. Anyway, here we go. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. Like to appreciate you for stopping in, checking us on out. It's gonna have a great conversation going right now. If you'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description or strolling right there across the bottom of the screen. Just make sure you hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability rather than on a fixed schedule. So we don't want y'all to miss anything. Remember that it's absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. So you're not watching, somebody else might be watching it. Those are the ones of you that's watching from Facebook. There's a link in the description also. So I will appreciate it if you will hit that link and follow me on YouTube. If you like, I will appreciate your support. And again, make sure you hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability rather than on a fixed schedule. And with that being said, let me go over here to my first person to do the intro and let this come with Miss Latanya, Miss Tay Tay.
Oh, hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Latanya. Yeah, so I'm here today to talk about the topic of losing weight and exercising and having a healthier lifestyle. So I look forward to answering the questions.
All right. Miss Dawn, go ahead.
I'm John. Same thing. We're gonna give y'all the nitty gritty.
All right. That's what's up. And Miss Fieldette, what's up with that?
My name is Philnett Harrison. I am here to talk about fitness and um, healthy, getting a healthy lifestyle. So the same as
All
the
right.
other two ladies.
All right, sounds great. Sounds great. And like I say, you ladies could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here on Wizzo Talk, and I appreciate you for being here. So I have just one little comment that I'm going to read off to that for each one of you guys separately, and then we'll get right on off into the podcast. So, Miss Dawn, you might correct me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, I apologize. But I saw something I think on your wall where you said that let's see, you say I saw a post on you. You said 3 years ago changed your life. That you're down 196 pounds. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh
Wow.
my
It'll
That's
gosh!
be it'll be
Congratulations.
3 years in
Yes,
April.
awesome.
Thank you.
3 years in April. You're down 196 pounds. That's outstanding right
Mm.
there. And then to come to Miss Field, I looked on your wall, and I believe I think it was last year you completed a 5 or 6K run or something like that.
Uh, not no, that was a couple of years ago. I did a 15K with my mom.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a hot chocolate run in Dallas, and but it was 3 years ago that I did my first bodybuilding competition.
Right. Okay. All right. That's what's up. And y'all, before I come to say to my next one to Miss Tate, somebody trying to call me. Get off of here. I'm in a podcast. Um, I interviewed Miss Philnett a while back. She is a 3 gold medalist. I
Five.
believe five, I'm sorry, 5 gold medalists in bodybuilding. And we'll cover that probably. She may talk on that also from working out. But let me go ahead and read my well one right here from Miss Tate or Latanya. I know you go by either. So
That's fine.
I just want you to help me figure this out because I didn't know what you meant by this. So I'm asking you, what did you mean by this comment? You said some days it's like being caught between a washer and a dryer. What the hell did you mean by that? What do you mean by that when you said that about working out?
Some days you feel good and you're in there and you just working out, and sometimes the workout is working you out. So what I mean to washing the dry, it's an old saying that don't get caught slipping or don't get caught doing something you don't have no business because I'll catch your head between the wash and dry. It's an old saying.
Okay.
But so yeah, some days I feel like great, like oh my goodness, I'm doing an amazing job, and then other days it's like oh wow. So when is this over? When
Right.
is it
Okay.
done?
All right. I got you. I got you. That was
So
definitely something. I was laughing when I saw that. So, ladies, and you got y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I selected you ladies because I've seen you guys working out before. I followed Phil a while back when she used to be doing some outside working out, and I'm like, I'm not doing none of that shit. It was a group of them. They was out there killing it. I've seen Don working out, and doing some stretching and bending over and all that. I'm like, I've seen Latanya uh, walking out there and cussing and fussing and it just it kept pushing on. So I mean, I've seen you guys. So I'm like, okay, I said I got to get this on and get people to talk about it because I don't think this was just no New Year's resolution for you guys, especially with Don being down 196 pounds. I saw Phil a while back interview. So this wasn't a New Year's resolution for you guys, right?
No,
mm-mm.
it's
No.
a lifestyle.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's
Mm-mm.
up. Okay. So I'm gonna get off into one of my little first questions. Only have about like 10. We probably only be here maybe an hour or something like that. So I'm not gonna hold y'all long. It depends on what all you guys want to share. But we're gonna come to whoever like to go first. Usually I call on somebody, but whoever like to go first would be fine with me. Just want to know what moment motivated you to start working out, and what does that decision mean to you personally? So what motivated you to start working out and what did that decision mean to you personally? And who would we like to go first? Let's go with Tay Tay, Latanya.
Okay. Mine was I was walking one day, and I was like, "Who is that? Who is that walking so hard behind me?" And I was just walking, and I sped up, and they sped up, and come to find out, my legs was rubbing together. So I was like, "Girl." So I was like, And then sometimes I would catch myself breathing hard and stuff like that. So I was like, mm-mm. So I had to make a change. So last year, I mean, I've done working out before. I'll start, I'll stop, I'll start, I'll stop. But I said, this is really for my health. And at first, when I started, I was like, oh, within 6 months. But the more that I do it, I said, this is not a 6 months, a year thing. This is a daily thing that I have to deal with.
Right.
So, as far as staying committed to it and just making sure I show up for myself every day. So, I don't have a 6 months goal anymore. I don't have a year goal. I just have a daily goal of just showing up for myself. And so, I'm not scaring myself when I'm walking, thinking somebody is behind me.
That was funny. Hey, okay, that'll work. Okay, Miss Dawn, what's up with you? What motivates you and what did that
Um,
decision mean to you personally?
in April of 2023, I had a physical, my annual physical, and my doctor was very blunt because I'm a very direct person. So he was very blunt with me. At that time, I was 43 going on 44, and he said, if you want to live to see 50, you're going to have to do something about your weight. He was like, you're going to have to do something fast. Um, and that really, I had right now my oldest is about to be 21 and my youngest is 13, and I'm like, they still need their mom.
Right.
My kids are, my son was a senior in high school at that time, and I was like, okay, I got to get it together. So I kind of followed a different path than most, but I made the decision to do weight loss surgery, which I did in November of 2023. But the lifestyle change started in April. And so I had to put in work to just kind of prepare myself because once you do weight loss surgery, it is for life. You don't get to kind of go back to your old ways.
Right.
So that was the catalyst, just wanting to be here and stick around for my kiddos.
All right, most definitely, most definitely. Okay, Miss Phil, what motivates you and what does that decision mean to you personally?
I was diagnosed with diabetes, and even though I'm on, the smaller side, I still was affected by it. I had a predisposition, a genetic predisposition. I had my aunt, my dad's sister, had diabetes, and I didn't know that I was borderline until I had been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So I went a few years. I was in denial at first because I was like, oh no, not me. Yes, me. And so I had to talk to a nutritionist about how to eat better, and do exercise. So when I was still living in Killeen, I started walking. I hired a personal trainer. Then when I moved to Houston, I continued that. And then I found out that I had a cousin here who was a bodybuilder. And so she convinced me to go work out with her trainers and her fitness organization. And they roped me into doing competition. And so I ended up being in the best shape of my life. I got my A1C down to 5.5, and I was very happy. I was very fit. And then after my competition, I kind of reverted back to what I had been doing before. And so now I'm having to start my wellness journey all over again so that I can get my diabetes under control and to get off the additional medication that I had to take to keep it under control. So I'm getting older. I turned 45 in about a week and a half. Well, in 15 days, I
Okay.
turned 45, and
Okay.
so if I don't start now, I'm not gonna start. So I know
Gotcha.
what I need to do. It's just a matter of doing it and staying focused and staying committed, like the other two ladies on this panel.
Right. And that kind of leads off into my next, what I was going to say is, how do you stay motivated knowing that the results will be slow? I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like for me, I'm 230, and I see myself would like to be down about 200 pounds, but I'll be in Planet Fitness and I'll be on the stair stepper and I'll be on the treadmill, and I look up on the monitors and on the TVs and I see cookies and I see carrot cake, and I see all that kind of stuff like that. I'll be like, my mind be playing with me, and I say I'm not going to do that. And I get to work, and as soon as I leave to go pick up my meal at work, I'm stopping at HEB and I'm getting a slice of carrot cake. So I mean, I'm trying to. But I'm still at 230. But I'm a work in progress. But I'm gonna ask y'all, how do you stay motivated knowing that the results are going to be slow? Because we didn't put the weight on overnight, but sometimes we sure would like for it to be gone right quick. So let's start with Don. Don, how do you stay motivated knowing that the results will be slow?
Well, for me, I'm at a point where I'm not trying to actually lose weight anymore. I'm just building muscle.
Okay.
So for me, the weight loss wasn't slow because of the method I used, but I did stall for about 7, 8 months. And until I started lifting and building that muscle, it just kind of hung out there. And then in the last, 4 or 5 months, I've dropped an additional like 50 pounds with the, assistance of working out. So that really kept driving me to keep going. Um, and the fact that, I don't want to be skinny fat. I want to have muscle definition. I want you to look at me and be like, oh, I can tell she works out. Okay, cool.
Right. Right.
So I've been lifting. We're at 2 years now with the lifting. So,
Okay.
and it's definitely, it, it also just makes me feel better when I'm doing it too. So when you're having those hard days, man, I tell you, you put it into them weights and it's like, okay, I got a little bit of that aggression off.
Right. Exactly. I got you. Okay. All right. All right. Miss Phil, how do you stay motivated knowing that the results gonna be slow?
Um, I have to remind myself that it's really not motivation. It is choosing to be disciplined
Hmm.
because motivation is fickle.
Yeah.
It is here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I have to remind myself that I have serious, dire consequences being a diabetic, that if I do not get myself in a healthy spot, that there are serious health risks that I am putting myself in. Damaging my kidneys, damaging my liver, and
Right.
losing limbs ultimately. And
Yeah.
so it's like you can keep playing if you want to, but you'll be a legless person in a nursing home if you keep on doing that. And that's not what I want to be. So I mean, if that's motivation, then sure. But it is choosing to be disciplined, and And it's not necessarily motivation that we
Hmm.
have to focus on. It is consistency.
Yeah.
Like I think Tay was saying, I have a daily goal to be show up for me. That is what you need. Don't look for extrinsic external motivation. You
Hmm.
have got to decide for you what you're going to do for you, because nobody else can do it. Nobody can be in your skin and make you do it. So you have to show up for you and choose to be better for you. And you just have to choose something that you can stick to. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but
Hmm.
start small, something that you can stick to. Because if you choose something like trying to do CrossFit and you've never done CrossFit, not that fit, you're going to quit before you even start. You'll work for 30 minutes
Right.
and walk out. So you have to find
Yeah.
something that you can do. So I'll talk about that more later, but it's not motivation, it's consistency.
Right.
That's what people need to
Okay.
concentrate on.
Right. And that's going to be like, I have that in one of my other questions right here. But I will say this, when you was talking about the CrossFit and everything, I know personally myself, I went off into, back then it was cardio kickboxing or something. And we did
Yeah.
about like 5 minutes or something. And then the lady said, okay, that was warm up. And I like, shit. I left out the room and I did not go back off in that room. So I was like, no, I know my limit and that I was way out of my zone. So,
Ladies, I don't know about you, but I think Wizzo needs a kick in the tail. What do y'all think? 'Cause he just you need motivation, consistency, pep talks, a whole rally, I think. You doing
you
all too
Banned from
much.
HEB carrot cake.
Exactly. Yes.
look, I'm gonna tell you this, Tay Tay. We coming to you with that question in a minute, but I'm gonna tell you, I've been going to the gym for 5 years or whatever since COVID or whatever. So I get up every morning. I go to the gym about 4 o'clock, and probably about I come home and I eat breakfast. Sometimes I just eat my steel cut oatmeal and have some turkey sauces or whatever. And then by 10 o'clock, I'm having a slice of carrot cake or something. But I've
You
quit drinking the
consistent.
Arizona tea,
No.
which I used to have a lot of Arizona tea, so I backed off. And I'm gonna tell you, when you switch from drinking that sugar like that, and then you go back to it, you be like, "Damn, that is sweet." You really realize how sweet that is and how different it is. So I done laid off the zebra cakes. I used to eat a box of them. So, but
Oh my
anyway,
God.
so I go. I just gotta fight that other demon in a minute. So, but let me go to Miss Tay Tay. So, what about motivation? Knowing that the results gonna be slow.
Well, I had a personal trainer. Well, I still do have a personal trainer. That's what I started back with, and she told me to be kind and gentle with myself because it did take me overnight to gain all this weight, and you're not going to lose it overnight. But
Right.
she says, and I paid attention to my body, like how my clothes fit and things like that. And the places that I did start losing weight, of course, was the face and the arms, the stomach. I mean, yeah, it ain't what I mean. It's going down. So thank you,
Yeah.
Lord. It's going down, but it's taking its time. But I just had to be patient. I had to be patient and kind to myself because when you're not and you're looking for that external to be quick, you'll stop
Yeah.
and you'll get mad and you'll get frustrated and you don't want to do it anymore, not knowing that, hey, you got to put some work in. You
Mhm.
have to put the work in. And yes, motivation is cool, but like she was saying, you got to have discipline. You
Yeah.
have to have discipline no matter what. Like if somebody call you, hey, you want to go out to eat? No. Hang up the phone. I can't go with you. I'm sorry. I can't go out to eat because I'm gonna get all the stuff that I want to know that I want to eat. You know I'm trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
The restaurant don't know I'm trying to lose weight, but that's up to me to know that I'm trying to lose weight. So I had to say no to a lot of things. I had
Right.
to say no to going out to a lot of outings. I had to say no to my favorite cake, which is red velvet.
Whew.
Because every time I used to go to HEB, I would go get the red velvet. Now I don't even crave for it no more. Now if I can just leave these cookies alone, I'll be okay. But I'll take a good cookie now. I'll take a good cookie, but I did fall out of, fall out of love with that red velvet, but
Yeah.
it's just to me just being kind to yourself and just showing up.
Right.
Being kind when the results don't come in. Because sometimes I would say as women, men don't care. Men can have a big old pot belly and be looking crazy, but in that mirror, honey, he the finest thing that he ever seen. So, but women, we would beat ourselves up so bad because we have this version of ourselves that sometimes it's realistic and sometimes it's not. And we'll beat ourselves up because we don't look like that, I would say, the unrealistic version of ourselves. So be kind to yourself. That's
Okay,
all I'll
that's
say.
what's up. All right. Before I go to my next
And
one,
with
anybody got any comments, anything they want to say or add or anything?
yeah, yeah, I want to give you a piece of advice I got. You cannot outwork out a bad diet. It's
Yeah.
80% your diet. You've got to fix what you're eating.
Hmm.
Because even when I don't work out, if I have to take breaks because I have issues, with my knees and stuff, I don't gain or lose anything because I still am consistent with my diet. So you got to be consistent with the diet.
I think I heard you say one time, Phil, about burning, what was it, more carbs or burning something in one of the workouts or something like that. Or something.
Oh,
No?
well, the science behind losing weight is you have to have a what's called a caloric deficit, where your body is burning more calories than you're taking in.
Mm.
And so when you do that, then you allow yourself to let your body feed off of the fat that's in your body, and then you're able to lose the weight. So the idea is if you generally burn 2,000 calories a day, you take in 1,500, then by the end of the week, you would have burned off all those 3,500 calories. And then I believe 3,500 calories, I think, equals 1 pound of fat.
Mm.
So you have to know what your caloric intake is versus your output. So if you're just doing dieting, you can lose weight without exercise. But then when you add exercise to that, then
Yeah.
you increase your fat burn. And so that then you're able to lose weight more quickly. And then you go into plateau and all of that stuff. So it's just a
Right.
science first. Know thyself.
Yeah.
And I will always, and anytime we talk about health on your show, please consult your physician before
Yeah.
listening to us say anything, even though what we're saying is not wrong.
Right.
It is personal to us.
Yeah.
Please do not be trying to sue me. I ain't got but 2 pennies.
Okay.
So consult your doctor about your weight loss and your wellness journey.
Yeah.
But we are talking about what works for us, and there is just a science. Keep moving. Even if you just walk every day, that's calories that you're burning. Don't think, oh, I'm not doing CrossFit, I'm not lifting weights. Don't worry about that. You're moving. You're
Right.
burning calories. Congratulations. You're doing something that you weren't doing before. Go for a walk
Mhm.
Exactly.
3 to 4 times a week, even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes. So please do not get caught up and, oh, I don't look like her, I'm not doing what he's doing. Don't worry about that. You worry about you.
Hmm.
And there you
Yeah.
go.
Most definitely. And let me ask before I go to my next question, Tay Tay, I heard you say something about the stomach and the thighs and everything, but you said something on one of your posts about the soldiers, I think. So how are the soldiers doing?
They still there, man. I'm not losing. I'm talking about my breast. Everybody else talking about they losing weight in the breast area. Mine are some no limit soldiers because they have not went anywhere. They have not. I said,
Mine are
oh my
gone.
gosh. You said yours gone. Well, congratulations. I
Gone.
wish some of mine would go away.
No, no, you don't. Trust me.
Oh, I had to ask about that because when I heard you say that about the soldiers, say they not going nowhere, y'all. That was
They're
funny.
not. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe, I mean, maybe towards the end. I don't know.
Okay, that's
Mm.
what's up. Hey, Miss Andrew, appreciate you tapping in. Saw you in a while, so thanks for stopping by here, checking us out. So let me go to my next question. And y'all, this is just something that I came up with. Y'all can kind of play around with them or reword it, do whatever. But this just I usually have to come up with something. Sometimes I ask Chat GPT, but it don't never give me really what I want sometimes. But if you go back and read that description, it was pretty good though. But anyway, here we go. So just to ask you guys, I want to ask you about what type of support have you received from your family and friends, and how important is it or was it to you? What type of support? So this time I think I don't know. Let's feel. Let's start with feel. So any type of support from family and friends, and how important is it? Or does it matter?
Um, well, I mean, some people are more independent and don't need motivation, but I'm a people person. I'm a family person. I always love to hear my family say, I'm proud of you. But at the end of the day, it's me and the treadmill. It's me and the weights.
Mhm.
And the most important person that I need to hear that I'm proud of you is me. And I
Mhm.
know my faults, I know my weaknesses. I know if I ate that donut in the morning with the coffee, because that's my weakness. I love those early morning donuts. And so I don't have them every day, but I might treat myself once a week.
Right.
But having support, like when I was doing my competition and everyone saying, "Oh my God, you look so good. Oh my God, you're motivating me." I actually had started from that. I had actually started my own fitness business where I was training people all over Houston. I even had friends, that didn't even live in the state that I was training online. So, um, people saw and were motivated by me, and they actually paid me to help them with their fitness journey. And
Right.
so some people stayed for a short while, some people stayed for a long while. But to to have that support, it is meaningful because a fitness journey is hard. You do it by yourself, but to have support from other people definitely helps. So
Okay.
you know, you
Okay.
don't want to be in between that washer and the dryer, but you gotta get you gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
You don't need people beating you over the head, but you also know what you gotta do. So I didn't want to put
Yes.
my own self in between the washer and the dryer. So,
Right. Right.
dude, because my
I
coaches
heard
were
that.
mad. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't lose any weight this week. Oh my God. Oh, dude. Yeah, I got in trouble when I didn't do right. So
Yeah. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
good to have extrinsic motivation.
gotcha. Okay. Before I go to Tay with that same question, and I'll read it again if you need to. Uh, I gotta ask because Tay got the cookies. Philnet has the donuts. Miss Don, what's your weakness? I don't know what is your weakness. I hadn't heard it because mine. I said it was that carrot cake, but what's your weakness?
Honestly, it was energy drinks, but I've stopped that. So,
Oh.
I mean, I may still have one maybe once or twice a month, but I used to pop them daily on top of coffee. It was every day.
Ooh,
And
wow.
but even though they're like zero sugar and all that, they're not good for you and they're not good for your heart.
Mhm.
So, I did have to go cold turkey on those for a while, and then, slowly I will bring them back only when needed, but it's
Okay.
not often.
All right. Miss Andrea say losing weight is rough. Yes, it is. Okay, Tay, coming over here to you with the same question. What support you receive from your friends or family? And how important is it to you, or was it to you?
I've received sorry, support from a lot of friends because they're like, "Oh, you're looking good, girl. I see you dropping down. I see you posting your videos and stuff like that." Or, "Oh, I need to get out there with you." I'm like, "Well, come on. You know where I'm at. Come on out here."
Yeah.
And as far as family, uh, not too much. I mean, I hear from my aunt every now and then because most
Hmm.
of my family are no longer here.
Yeah.
So as far as that, my aunt she'll keep up with me say, and be like, "I seen you on Facebook," and
Right.
talking about working out and stuff. So it's really just I do have friends who have motivated me, and I also have a friend. She teaches a class that I go to. I started going to as far as like with they call it
Right.
ride, but it's kind of like a spin class.
Okay.
So I do that, and I started going to the gym. But I also built my own like little community with my I would say with my personal trainer and some of the ladies that go to see her as well. So
Mhm.
I have my own little community there. We check in with each other and we do like little boot camps where we all like separately train with our coach or whatever. But when we get come together. We see everybody's progress. So we're like telling everybody how good they're looking, things like that. So even if you don't have, I would say, friends or family, you make your own community sometimes in the
Okay.
gym or with your personal trainers or the other people that you're training with. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll be watching your videos also. You and your Pilates or whatever you be saying or whatever and stuff. I be like she be killing me.
listen, I never thought in a million years that I would be up at 5 o'clock in the morning going to a Pilates class or a hot yoga class or a spin class or any of that. Like, I'm not a more, I tell people all the time, I'm not a morning person, but I said I am a morning person if I'm going to the gym. If I'm
Gotcha.
not going to the gym, I'm not going to be nice.
Gotcha. I heard that. All right, that's what's up. Well, you doing it and keep doing that videos, and it's good y'all got that little community of support. Okay, Miss
Yeah.
Dawn. So we're gonna come up to you, ask you about the same thing. The support you receive. Your friends, family, and how important is it to you?
Well, I will say that in the beginning, I kept it to myself. I didn't really tell a lot of people until after I completed surgery and things of that nature. My family was worried, but they still supported the decision. If you know me, you know I'm pretty meticulous in my research and things of that nature. So I knew the risk that I was taking when I did what I did.
Right.
I would say it's grown tremendously though in the last couple of years, just because um, my nephew and his wife actually convinced me to start posting my journey on TikTok. So, and it also kept me accountable for my workouts. When I started, I literally started doing 20 minutes on the treadmill on my lunch break. And because I only have a 30-minute lunch, I would do 20 minutes on the treadmill. I'd jump in the shower and then get back to work. So I work from home.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was for the very beginning, the first few months. And then it slowly built to the lifting and whatnot. And I started buying weights and things that I could do at home. I
Right.
worked out at home for over a year. I didn't join the gym until December of this past year, when I was at the point where I needed to lift heavier. And I've got a great community of friends who are all about wellness and trying to get, we all have the same goal for ourselves, you know.
Right.
So as I've gone through the journey, I've gotten more support. But I started it, just kind of keeping to myself because if I'm going to be honest, if you asked me 2 years ago if I'd be sitting here down 196 pounds, I would have been like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's outstanding
So
right there.
yeah,
That's good. Okay. All right then. So I'll move right along to my next one. Unless anybody have anything they want to add to that or anything before I move on to my next question. I have about like five more questions for you guys, and like I say, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this here. You know, and how do you handle? It may not be in the presence of you, but if it is, because I know of a situation, so that's what made me come up with this question right here. I ask you, how do you handle criticism? Of someone judging you or lack support. So how do you handle any type of criticism? Somebody, like I say, they may not even be saying it to your face, but if you want to say something to somebody out there right now that's, I don't know what's up with my eyes, all kind of watering, like y'all got me crying over some shit. I don't know,
That's
but
that carrot cake.
see, there you go. You being messy. You being messy. So that's your. How do you handle any criticism or any judgment? A lack of support while trying to stay consistent on your journey. So I don't know who we made to start with. So let's come over to Don. How do you handle any of that? It may not even be in your presence, but if you know of any.
I've had it. I've had it.
Oh, okay.
And to my face, behind my back, it always gets back to me. I
Yeah.
don't care though. It's because it's my journey is personal and it's about my health and my wellness.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna lie, it does feel good to just kind of show out sometimes and be like, but I can do this now. I couldn't do this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I can say that I've lost an astronomical amount of weight. I can say that, I work out regularly and my body shows it now. There's the proof is in the pudding, you know what I mean?
Right.
So there are times when, it stings at first, but you have to let it like water off a duck's back, let it roll because it doesn't matter what other people think. It's personal. So I'm doing it for me, not for validation, not for clout, none of that. It is
Right.
for me. And so I can be here and I can be in the best version of me I can be. So criticism, like opinions, everybody's got them, you
Right.
know. I'll
Okay.
keep it PG for that.
All right. Okay. Good. You know we are uncut, but you can keep it PG, so that's cool. Let's come over to Tay Tay. How do you handle any of that criticism, judgment?
I don't know. I got judgment my whole life, so it's just like whatever. I don't know. I had a lady because I work at the hospital. She said, "Did you get some work done to your face? Because since I lost weight in my face, you can see more of my cheekbones and stuff like
Yeah.
that." And she was like, "Did you get work done to your face? You don't have any wrinkles." I said, "I have wrinkles." But no, I didn't
Yeah.
get work done. She said, "Well, I got work done to my cheeks." I said, "Well, that's your business, baby. That got nothing to do with me."
She said that's your business, baby. Okay. All right. All right. That's what's up there. Miss Phil, well, how do you handle it?
Um, to be honest, I I didn't hear anyone say anything about my wellness journey to, and they didn't say it to me. They might have been whispering behind my back, but
Right.
to me, if anyone is negative, that just means about someone losing weight or getting healthier, then that means that it is uh you're first of all you're jealous, and then second of all you oh, it's called projection.
Hmm.
When you know that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then you find something negative about someone that is doing it, and so you try to tear that person down.
Hmm.
So it really is projection, and I'm sorry that you ladies have gone through that. But no, no, nobody said anything to me. You really don't need to lose weight. Like, I guess that might have been the most ugly thing anyone said to me,
Hmm.
but it wasn't about losing weight. I mean, for the competition, it was, but it really was for me to get healthy. And if I was to give anybody fitness advice, is to let that be your goal, is to get healthy. What is healthy for you? Someone might need to lose 100 pounds, but the next person might not need. I don't need to lose 100 pounds,
Right.
but I do need to exercise and change my diet so that way I can be healthy for me because I have diabetes.
Hmm.
Everybody has a different journey, and you have to find out what works for you. What do you need to do for you, because no one can do it for you. And
Right.
again, segue, consult your physicians. We are not doctors. We do not have any medical degrees. We are
Right.
just telling you what worked for us.
Hmm.
Yep.
However, we know, everybody knows, if
Yeah.
you move, you're winning. If you're on a stationary bike, you're winning. If you're
Right.
walking in place, you're winning. If you're doing chair workouts, you're winning. Don't let the devil convince you or haters convince you, oh, you ain't doing nothing.
Hmm.
Don't let
Gotcha.
them convince you to stop, because that ain't nothing but the devil. You have to
Already.
do what's best for you. So yeah, nobody said anything to my face. But I mean, besides, you don't need to lose no weight, and your booty going. It's like, all right, well, guess what? I got hamstrings I gotta show. I have, shoulders I gotta show for competition. So
Yeah.
it
Gotcha.
was just for competition that I lost the most amount of weight. I hadn't been that way since I was high school.
Right.
123 pounds? Are you kidding me? I'll never be that again.
Woo! I wish I'd went on and brought that picture of you on there with you holding your medals and all, but I didn't think about it until just
Oh, it's
now.
fine.
But
I, I I mean, if anybody just really wants to see, it's on there.
yeah,
But
it's definitely on there. So
but he's like, it's definitely on
it's
there.
definitely on there. I did that interview. I got that. So I see Miss Andrea say she just want to be able to see her knees again. So
See, hey, guess what? Just
I know
start
that feeling.
walking.
Yep.
Just start walking. Use them knees to see your knees. Just start walking. Even if it's just 5, 10 minutes a day. If it's on you know, stationary, or if you want to go outside, I love going outside and walking.
Right.
Put my music on and find a good beat to help me
Yeah.
keep my pace.
Get
Just
in.
start walking. Don't push yourself to go past what you can do because then you'll quit. Start by walking.
Right. Okay. Cool. So on my next question, anybody got any comments on that right there before I go to my next one here? Okay.
To the young lady about the knees, the thing that kind of helped me when I was going through it is it's okay to suck, but it's not okay to not show up. Do what you
Mm.
can while you can,
I like
but
that.
show up for yourself.
Gotcha. All right. That's what's up. So I gotta ask this about cheat days. What do y'all think about cheat days? Do we have them? Should we have them? How many should you have? Or just anything like that? I think I heard Tay Tay say some on one of her videos about a cream cake or a cookie cake or something. I think I saw, I don't know how old that video was. I'll be coming across the feed late. But should we have cheat days in y'all own opinion? What do y'all think? Let's anybody want to go first on that?
It's not a cheat day if you eat the same way every day. If you eating bad every day, it's not a cheat day.
That
Okay.
But
part.
if you are truly, after you talk to your dietary physician, on a regimen, a healthy regimen, and then if you feel like I can have one cookie, limited to that one cookie. But if you're eating one cookie a day as a treat, that's not a treat, that's not a cheat day.
Mm,
You've made it a habit of
Yeah.
sneaking sugar into your meals. Into you that's just part of your meal.
yeah.
So a cheat day can't be a cheat day if you're not putting the work in. So when I got my chicken breasts and green beans and my or my tilapia and my spinach, I have to eat that consistently and go to the gym consistently. And then once I've made my deficit count that my coaches saw, oh, you're dropping weight too fast, then they were like, you can have a turkey burger
Mm,
or you can have a hamburger because
Mm.
they didn't want me dropping weight too fast.
mhm.
So you can have the sweet, you can have a cheat day, but it has to go along with your diet. If
Right.
you're not eating healthy, then it's not a cheat day. You're just eating regular. That's just regular. So
Okay. All righty. Latanya, what's up on that? What are your comments about?
I mean, yeah, you can reward yourself. You can reward yourself every now and then. And I was talking with my trainer today, and she said every time you eat bad, you set yourself back 2 weeks.
Hmm.
You set yourself back 2 weeks. So it's like you have to restart all over again. Because one day I was having one of them days where I said, I'm just going to go and, eat me some Popeyes. Let me tell you something. After I ate that biscuit and like maybe three tenders, I didn't eat nothing for the whole day.
Mm,
I didn't eat nothing for the whole day because I had literally ate all of my calories for
in
that
that one meal.
day in that one meal. I couldn't eat nothing else for the rest of the day.
yeah.
Yep. And
I
then you
was
got
so
to go
mad with
to the
myself.
gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so
Yep.
mad with myself. I said, man, I could have had a couple snacks, all kind of stuff. A little no, because my snacks of choice, what I like to eat is like the mix of nuts for your protein or your energy and stuff like that. I'll eat that for my snacks. Sometimes I'll do like the cucumbers and stuff like that. They're okay. But I put like stuff like I put my fruits and stuff like that in my water. I do that. Like I infuse my water with my fruits and stuff. Or sometimes I'll put them in my oatmeal. But my snack of choice, if I can get them little mixed nuts and put them in my little thing and just take it with me and eat it, I'm good. But I was so
Okay.
mad with myself. I said, girl, you ate your whole calories for the whole day, maybe for a couple of days.
I heard
It wasn't no
that.
Yeah.
meal.
What?
Yeah,
So,
you
Go ahead, Phil.
no, I was gonna say, yeah, you affected your caloric deficit
Yeah.
hmm
because
Heard that.
what you're at a risk of doing is if you get too hungry after not eating after that meal, because you needed
hmm
to eat again, but you chose not to. You
yeah,
needed to eat again to keep your metabolism up. So then you think, okay, if I save the calories here and don't eat until the next day, you risk binging the next day because you're so hungry and you're trying to make up for that. So
Mm-hmm.
there is, I know starvation is real. It works. If you don't eat, you're gonna lose weight. However,
Mm-hmm.
comma dot dot dot. There
Yeah.
are so many other bad things that happen. And
Yep.
some people think if I don't eat for a day or if I don't eat for 2 days, then I'll be okay. No, 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 no. Don't do that without knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because then you will truly, truly hurt yourself.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Miss Dawn, talk about cheat days.
I
Any?
don't really have cheat days, but just because I have a different scenario. But I will say I do a lot of healthy swaps to get my protein in. I have to focus on protein. That's always my goal is protein. So my little guilty pleasure snack when I really want it, which is not often because I just don't crave sweets anymore. But I get the Oikos little single serving vanilla Greek yogurt, and I
Okay.
throw about 2 tablespoons of sugar-free cheesecake flavored pudding in it, and
Hmm.
put some no sugar added strawberries, and it tastes like cheesecake. That was my favorite, one of my favorite desserts prior. So, I mean, I treat myself, but I just make healthier swaps.
Right.
I don't, every once in a while, I do like gummy worms, but I can't eat sugar like that. So I can eat like 3 or 4 and then I'm done or I'm sick. So,
Right. Right.
but I don't really have a cheat day. Just
Okay.
because when I do eat, I have to focus on protein. So I try to make sure I'm making good choices from the
Okay.
top.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it's just pointless.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask this question, but some of y'all ain't already didn't give y'all answer in it, but I already have it right here, so I'm gonna ask it anyway. And so I'm just asking, what's a good breakfast? What's a good midday snack? I heard some of y'all already didn't talk about snack. And do you meal prep? Is it a good idea to meal prep, or should you, or whatever? So what's a good breakfast, midday snack, and about meal prep? Let's go. Let's ask Phil. What's up, Phil?
When I was competing and very strict with my meals, my my coaches had me on cream of rice. I didn't never heard of that.
Hmm.
So cream of rice because it's low calorie, and then eggs and turkey bacon. And I would just and you fix it just like grits, I guess. I would put, you know, my serving in water and I'd microwave it, but you got to stir a lot if you do it in the microwave, or if you do it on the stove, it's a lot easier because you can. It's more easy. It's easier to stir, and then just turkey bacon and eggs. Um, and then when I got closer to my competition, they took out the yolk, so then I was just eating egg whites. But that's like super super strict. I think a healthy swap instead of eating pork would be to eat turkey bacon or turkey sausage. I know we all love our bacon. I love bacon too, but it is full of grease, and so you should consider taking on a lighter meat that doesn't have a lot of fat. Um, and then for snacks, I love pecans, but during the competition, it wasn't in my meal plan because it's a fat. It's a healthy
Hmm.
fat, but it's still a fat. And so a healthy fat would be avocado to add to like a sandwich on whole wheat bread, using lettuce, tomato, and then some lean turkey or lean chicken. Um, if you want to talk about a cheat day, make eating beef a treat because beef is, first of all, it's hard for your body to digest it because it's so dense. And second of all, it makes you feel heavy. It makes you feel full and it makes you feel heavy. And then the other thing is it's just so full of fat.
Yeah.
And so make that a treat. But like snacks, my coaches had, rice cakes.
Mm.
But I mean, if you're not like super dieting, get the flavored kind. And I'm a peanut butter junkie. I only eat crunchy peanut butter. And when I tell you, now that's what I did cheat on. Dude, I would just take like a real thin layer. Dude, I would cheat. Now, this is how I cheated. When I was like at my wits' end and I was like, I need something with these rice cakes because they gave me the plain ones. They said no
Mm.
flavor, no flavor for you. You're too close to competition. So what I
Yeah.
did, ladies, y'all can attest to this if y'all have had it. The dehydrated peanut butter is called PB1, and
Mm.
what
Mm.
you can add it to your smoothies. You can add it to your cream of wheat. You can add it to your oatmeal. But what I did, you add water to it and it turned it into creamy peanut butter. But it did not, it has like 80% less fat than regular peanut butter. Even if you got the light peanut butter, it's being completely dehydrated. So if you want something that's nutty, that's has the protein, try the dehydrated peanut butter.
Mm.
And they have it flavored in chocolate, and they have the regular peanut butter. So that's how I would cheat,
Yeah,
because
Okay.
vanilla
man, I
too.
got tired of eating them plain rice cakes. But I mean, you can put fruit on rice cakes, you can smear yogurt on it. But if you want a low calorie, crunchy, something that's not chips, fatty chips, try rice cakes. Now that's a good healthy snack.
Okay. All righty. All righty.
Peanut butter protein you can make peanut butter balls with as well. Just it takes a lot more of it, but it's got protein in it, and I use unsweetened applesauce and some no sugar added mini chocolate chips. Makes it like eating a Reese's cup, really, and you stick them in
Nice.
the refrigerator.
Mm.
You just gonna roll them up, stick them in your refrigerator. I can't eat but one, but when I make them, it's a quick little protein pick me up. I usually will grab one like before I hit the gym just to have that little boost. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. That's what's
good
up. Well,
stuff.
let's take. So, what's a good breakfast, midday snack? Do you meal prep?
Yes, I do meal prep. It all depends on my breakfast. If I'm getting up and I'm having an early morning, like a 5 a.m. morning, then I'm having a smoothie. That's what that way I can have something on my in my system and on my stomach when I go work out, because if you don't, you're gonna be tired, or
Right.
you're gonna feel like all your energy is going. Now, usually in the morning, my breakfast of choice is always, I mean, what I like to eat basically that is healthy is a still cut oats,
Yeah.
and I'll put blueberries in them. And for sugar, I'll just put a little bit of honey on top,
Mm.
and more for flavor, because I like flavor. I'm not gonna eat no just regular oatmeal. I'm sorry, I have to have a little flavor. So
Okay.
that's just me. I have to have some type of flavor. I do eat eggs. I really don't like eating eggs. So I don't know. For some reason, they make me sick unless I boil them, or me, I put salsa on top of them.
Mm.
Just for the, because like I
Yeah.
said, I like flavor.
Gotta
And
have
I'm not
fun.
trying to put all that, yeah, I can't put all the salt and pepper and all that other stuff on it because it defeats the purpose.
Right.
So I'll put like a little bit of salsa on there. And I don't too much eat like bacon and stuff like that in the morning anymore. So I'll just have the eggs for protein and with the oatmeal. And then of course for the snacks, I have my mixed nuts or whatever like that. For a meal, it all the well for my lunch I usually have a salad. I buy and I learned this from a lady I watch on Instagram. But she says some of y'all are getting the mixed salads and still putting the salad dressing on it. So instead of me, I'll still get the chopped salad that comes with everything in it, but I won't put the salad dressing on it. I'll just take a lemon and I'll just put the lemon juice, squeeze the lemon and put the lemon juice on it. And I've been eating it like that. And when I tell you, you taste, because I'm a taste person, you taste the um you taste the salad a lot better, and it's not drowned in salad dressing. So you
Salad.
actually taste the salad. So it's pretty cool. Or sometimes I'll have a salad with salmon on the side, or I do quinoa, I do couscous, I do asparagus, and then I do like little mixed vegetables melodies with. And I started eating a lot more of what is that? Ground turkey. I do a lot more ground turkey than the ground beef. I do a lot of fish because I eat the salmon. I'll eat that, and of course chicken. And sometimes I'll I tell my coach, I said, "Yeah, I bought a chicken, rotisserie chicken." She said, "What?" I said, "Don't worry, I circumcised it." She said, "What?" I said, "I took all the skin off of it." I said, "That's the part that's bad for you, the skin." And she said, "Girl," I said,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So I mean, sometimes I'll cheat and I'll get a chicken and take all the skin off of it and use it for a meal or whatever. So there's little
Okay.
things that you could do.
Okay. Miss Dawn.
Yeah.
Yep, I definitely meal prep.
Okay.
Um, I do a lot of steel cut oats, a lot just because I need the fiber and things of that nature. I usually add chia seeds and flaxseed, and then I'll cut up some apples and raisins, throw it in there, and cinnamon, stevia. But yeah, I do a lot of that. But when I'm not doing that, I'll meal prep the egg bites and the
Mhm.
muffin tins. And have that for breakfast. Sometimes I will do like blueberry protein muffins. There's a couple different things you can do. Those are higher in calories though, so you gotta, work with what you can do. Um, but yeah, I never hit my calories for the day just because I physically can't eat that much. But as long as I'm prioritizing my protein, I'm fine for the most part. I'll do like I get the little tiny taco size keto tortillas because
Mhm.
those have fiber in them as well. So I do that and I'll put chicken on there and, little lettuce sometimes. But I meal prep every Sunday. That is my meal prep day. I do
Yeah.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I eat it. And some days I'll make two different things. Like I'll do half of this and half of that because I do get tired of eating the same thing over and over and over.
Right.
So it just depends on if I'm going to be lazy or not. I'll be honest. If I'm being lazy, I'm making one thing and that's it, and I'm just going to suffer through it. But
Okay.
um, for the most part, I do it every Sunday.
All right, guys. Okay, so yeah, I have two more questions, and then after that, I want to just ask Phil to touch base on her medals, and then ask for closing comments. So here's one of my other questions. After this, I have just one more question. So this one here is about weighing yourself. How often do you think you should get on the scale to weigh yourself? Should you weigh yourself? Or don't weigh yourself for a couple of months, every week? Tay, what do you think about getting on the scale? How often you think you should get on the scale? Or maybe I'm not asking right,
I
but we're talking about the scale.
No, I understand the scale. I do it at the end of the week. That way I can track what I'm doing or whatever like that. But also, I wouldn't get too much caught up on this. I mean, especially if you know you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. You've been eating right, you've been working out, you've been drinking your water, you've been consistent, consistent, consistent. Don't get so mad or sad at yourself when you see that number's not changing right away.
Right.
Do not do that because before I can only speak for myself. Before I started losing weight, I started to lose a lot of inches. Like well, I'm losing weight now, but before I would just be like, dang, this shirt's getting a little big on me. But you be all happy. Then you get on the scale, you be like, oh, because it really didn't move too much.
Okay.
It's like, oh, okay. But, it'll show in different places. But it is good to keep up with your progress on the scale. But don't just, I don't know, don't beat yourself up over it.
Okay. All right. Phil, what do
Yeah.
you think about the scale? Should we get on the scale? What do you think about the scale?
The scale is a tool. It depends on what your goal is. Being on the scale when I was competing, it was a requirement that I weigh myself once a week. And then I had to show a picture of me on the scale for my coaches and then take pictures of my body so they could see how much I was losing weight and where I was losing the weight. Because like she said, everybody loses weight differently. Um, the other thing is weighing yourself every day doesn't do anything. It
Mhm.
it don't except drive you crazy.
Mhm.
I would say bare minimum once a week, unless your doctor says you need to weigh yourself twice a week with this diet so that we can keep up with your progress. It is a tool to help you track your progress. Um, I've known some people that have had weight loss surgery and never got on the scale. They didn't ever get on the scale. They knew they were losing the weight, but it didn't. The number didn't matter as long as they saw their body changing, and that's fine. Um, but it is a tool, and that's all it is. Don't do not weigh yourself every day. And I would weigh myself in the morning after you've had your bathroom break, and that is the primary time to weigh yourself, because if you weigh at the end of the night, you would have taken all those calories in, all that water, all that liquid, and that's not your true weight. Your true weight is after your body has rested, you have expelled what you needed to expel. That's when the best time it is for you to weigh yourself, is in the morning once a week. So just pick one morning and do it that way. But it's just a number. Especially with my weightlifters, you're going to lose inches and gain muscle. Remember, muscle weighs more than fat. So the scale may not move, but you will lose inches. That means you're losing body fat and you're gaining muscle. So you're exchanging one weight for another, a bad weight for a healthy weight. Even though the scale may say the same number, look at your clothes, measure yourself. That's where you're going to see the difference. And then as you adjust your diet, if you want to lose more weight, then you talk to your dietitian about changing your eating habits to where you're losing more weight.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. All right, Miss Dawn, what do you think about this scale?
I agree with her 1,000%. The scale's not your friend. It's not your friend, and it will hurt your feelings if you want to hop on it every day. Your weight's going to fluctuate day to day. I
Okay.
do it once a week, first thing in the morning after I've used the restroom and all that stuff. That's when I do it. There are times when I've weighed myself more often, but it's not a healthy habit to get into because it will hurt your feelings. Also, like she was saying, when you lift, muscle is more dense. It's leaner and it's dense. And so the scale may not move. I mentioned earlier, I went on a 7-month stall, but in that 7 months, I lost 2 dress sizes because I was lifting. So that muscle, is replacing the fat. The fat's still coming off. The muscle is, it'll build. So absolutely, if you are, especially people who are weightlifting and things of that nature, remember that the scale is not going to be your friend. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your clothes. And like she said, you can always measure yourself if you want. But don't rely on the scale to show you your progress, because the scale is not always, it's not a good measurement ever, really. It's a way to keep track, but it's definitely not the end all be all, because again, I was the same weight for almost 7 months, but I lost 2 dress sizes
Right.
in that
Okay.
7 months.
Oh,
So
Wizzo, I just
Uh-huh.
thought about something.
Uh-huh.
If you want to get on a scale to see what your true progress is, some nutrition places like Total Nutrition, Nutrition
Mm-hmm.
Depot, they have what's called an in-body scale, an
Mm-hmm.
in-body machine. And what it is, it has you take off your shoes and you stand on the metal part, and it tracks everything from your bone density to where the water is, how much water you have in your system, your body fat, and your weight, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the
excellent
goal
wisdom.
is you don't get on there every week, you go once a month,
Mm-hmm.
and that will track your progress from the inside out. Now, there
Yeah.
is one machine like that you can buy. It's called Hume, Hume. They're not paying me. I've considered buying it myself, and that's what it is. It's an in-body machine. In-body is a brand, but it tracks everything: your muscle, how much muscle you've gained or lost, much water you have or lost, and all of that. It takes all of that and it prints it out so that you can physically see what your progress is. Now, if you're going to get on a scale, that's one to consider. So, Nutrition Depot or um, 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 the other place I said that I
Yeah, you
forgot.
said it. I
Yeah,
forgot it too because I've been on that one before, and last time I was on that was I was at 220, so I'm about 230 now. I probably shouldn't get on there, but I don't know.
but you can, but it tracks it. It
Yeah,
uses your telephone number,
yeah.
and it will track. It doesn't matter what location you go to.
Oh,
It
okay.
will show you your progress. So if you go in January and you go in March, you go in June, you go in November, it will keep track of it. If you go to the same location with the same type of machine,
Okay.
absolutely.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Y'all, we rolling right along. This is like my last question. Then I just got two, then get some comments from you guys, and then we're gonna be out here. So I didn't do too bad in, getting these knocked on out. So this is really one of my last questions for you guys. Of course, if y'all have anything you want to add to after it's all over, you're more than welcome to. So what would you say to someone out there right now that's watching this podcast saying, I need to start working out and stay consistent, and stay motivated. I mean, I need to go and do something. So, what is your advice to that person out there right now that's watching, saying, you know what, I need to go and get with that? Tay, Latanya, what we gonna tell them? What's your advice to that person?
Just do it. Don't wait for nobody. Just go do it. You don't have to wait for nobody to tell you, hey, it's okay for you to go lose weight. Just go do it. You've been feeling like that way for a while, and it's going to probably keep on messing with you until you do it. So just get up and do it.
Get up and do it. All
Just
right,
get up and do it.
just do it. Miss Dawn, what you gonna tell them? What's your advice to someone who need that?
Definitely, my first thing I'm gonna say is look at what you're eating. If you have the ability to see a dietitian, I'll tell you that was life-changing for me. I worked with a dietitian for a year and a half and changed everything. It was such a game changer. Um, Start with what you're putting into your body and just move when you can. And if you're starting off in 10, 15-minute increments, that's okay. Again, it's okay to suck, just show up,
Right,
do something. Something's always better than nothing. And then as you start to lose and you'll start feeling better, you'll gain stamina and endurance, and then you're gonna wanna do it more.
right.
So, show up for yourself.
I believe Phil was telling them just move, long as you move. And Phil, what are you gonna say to someone out there like that that's saying, I need to start working out. I need to do what they doing. If they can do it, I can do it. Something like that. What is your advice to somebody out there who's watching right now?
Just to recap what we said, number one, do not look for motivation. Motivation is fickle. It will leave you just like the wind blows. You have to be consistent. You have to make a goal. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week. It doesn't matter when, but I'm going to go. Try to stick to that. Consistency. Number two, you like our friend said, you cannot outwork a bad diet. Watch what you eat. The way to do that, write it down. You can't lie to
Yep.
yourself. If you had 5 slices of pizza, you have to write 5 slices of pizza. And then you'll actually see what you're putting in your body. Write it down. I
Yeah.
guarantee you, you'll be like, I'm not going to write that down. That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know you weren't supposed to eat it. One, be consistent. Two, write down what you're eating. And three, like our other friend said, give yourself some grace. Start small. Start with what you can do. If you do not, you will stop before you even start. You have to start small. Everybody can walk. People with no legs, they still get out there and they still work out. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen people with no bottom half of their body and they are in the gym. I've seen people with cerebral palsy. They're in the gym. I've seen people with strokes. They're
Mhm.
in the gym. If you're an able-bodied person, find something you can stick to. There you have no excuses.
Mhm.
You have zero excuses. COVID taught us that. We
Yeah.
couldn't go to the gym. Where did we go? Outside.
Yeah.
So you have to find what's going to work for you that you can be consistent with. And nobody can do it for you. And if it's going to take you 6 months to start, fine. But start in 6 months. You got to start somewhere. So, and talk to your doctor.
Starting is the hardest part.
Get a buddy. Get a buddy. You can hit any of
one
us up.
one
I'm
one.
volunteering you, ladies, because you
Yes,
guys are wonderful. Hit any of us up. Even hit Wizzo up. His uh carrot cake eating self.
there
Hit
you
him up.
go.
He needs a gym buddy.
For real.
Now he
So
need a buddy to go with him to HEB to push him past that carrot cake.
I
man,
know,
look,
right? Keep
y'all
walking.
I'm gonna
Keep
playing.
start
walking. Keep
ordering your
walking.
food
Ooh,
instead of walking
ooh.
in that store.
Man, look at here. I've been y'all just don't know that carrot cake hit different. But let me ask you this, Phil. Get
Yeah.
off my carrot cake. Before we go, touch on what got you off into competing. A little bit of the process, a little bit for you, if you don't mind, just to cause these ladies that's on here and they can go back and watch it. But just to touch on it, because you went through like a complete transition in working out and everything like that.
I did. I think Dawn's transformation of losing 200 pounds is absolutely amazing. To me,
Exactly.
that requires far more discipline than what I pushed myself through. And then Miss Leticia, La-
Latanya.
Latanya.
I'm sorry,
It's
Latanya, same
okay.
thing. You guys have more discipline with eating than I do. That was my downfall. I could be in the gym for 3 hours. That was the easy part. It was the eating that got me. I really needed, I had to hire two coaches, one for the exercise and one for the food. And they told me what to eat. And from that I learned, okay, if I eat this, my body reacts this way. Going through that competition, it taught me, okay, I lose my body fat on my upper side part of my body faster than my lower part. It helps you know yourself, but it's going through either what both of those other ladies have gone through, the transformation of knowing what you're putting in your body and how it affects it. That's really all it is. The lifting in the gym is the easy part to
Yeah.
me. Now some people are real good about eating, but they struggle with the physical part. And that's one of the reasons why I took it upon myself to help with personal training, helping the ladies with personal training, because it can be overwhelming going into a gym. Like they'll stick to the treadmill or the stairmaster, but they won't venture out to the machines. Ask somebody, how do you use it, or observe how they use it, and then go behind them and see if you can do the same thing. Don't let the machines keep you from working out. Pick up a dumbbell. Start with the 5 pound dumbbell and just start with there. YouTube,
Yeah.
it's free.
Yeah.
Type in exercise and you'll get 3 million videos.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So you just have to pick what's gonna help you. So with my competition, I got into it because my cousin was a bodybuilder. She asked me to come work out with her, and then I decided I like this. I need to get healthier. I know these coaches are gonna push me to do what I need to do to get healthier because that's what I needed. And then I was able to come out on top with 5 first place trophies in my first competition. So I'm proud of myself. You know, that's something nobody can take away. Even I can't take that away no matter how bad I ate. I eat. I know I did do it and I know what I need to do to get back there. Now I may not ever compete again, but I know what I need to do to get healthy. And that's, if anyone is listening, please don't concentrate on losing weight. Let that be the side effect of getting healthy. What do you need to do to get healthy?
Yeah. All
Let
right.
weight loss be a side effect. Say, I'm going to go walking. I'm going to go to Zumba. I'm going to walk while my child is riding the bike. I'm going to go swimming. I'm going to learn to swim. You
Yeah.
know, just move. Please don't let rules keep you, these invisible rules keep you from trying to reach your goal. I never in a million years would have thought that I would have did a bodybuilding competition ever.
Yeah. Most
And that was
definitely.
not my goal. I started just weightlifting with a coach. He's the one that taught me how to do squats. And I was squatting almost what about 185, almost 200 pounds, deadlifting almost 200 pounds. So I just wanted to get strong. I just wanted to see what I could do.
Right.
And then from there, my journey progressed. I did kung fu. I did a bunch of different stuff. But the bodybuilding part showed me, Philnett, you can eat better. And I read this. Dieting is just eating healthy. That's it. There's no magic, nothing. It's just eating healthy.
Gotcha. All righty, that's what's up. And if y'all get a chance, y'all want to check it out, y'all can go back. It's Teacher Bodybuilder. Is that was we streamed that about 2 years ago. So y'all go back if anybody like to check that out. I interviewed a one-on-one with Phil Net. Ms. Tay, any closing comments you'd like to leave with anybody before we get out of here?
I would say get your personal trainer. Get a personal trainer. A lot of people say, oh, they're expensive, but guess what? So is going to the doctor, paying for medication, doctor
Absolutely.
visits, being stuck in the hospital every other month because you're not taking care of yourself. I watched both of my parents pass away, one from diabetes and one from, well, he couldn't help that he had it, but he could have done a little better with it too. But he had heart disease. So, and just watching them and just getting older myself. And I'm just like, man, I don't want my kids to have to watch what I had to watch with my parents. So just if you can't get a personal trainer, if you can't afford a personal trainer, go to the gym, get
Right.
your gym membership. And what I did too, because I have a personal trainer and I have a gym membership. So when I'm not able to train with her, I go to my gym. I pay for the highest tier because I can take any class in there I want, and they'll teach you different little things. That's how I got into yoga and Pilates. So they'll teach you different things, how to take care of yourself. So get a gym membership. Um, man, y'all have so many just different perspectives today, and they were just awesome.
Yeah.
And what I'm taking with me now is just let losing weight be the side effect. So, if anything, like you said, let losing weight be the side effect. Don't let it be the main thing. And oh yeah, also consult with your doctor.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right.
Also consult with your doctor.
Yeah. And I will be looking forward to many of your videos because I know they will be popping up. So, Miss Dawn, you got any closing comments for anybody?
Yeah, it's not impossible. It feels like it at first, but it's not. You just have to start. I'm saying this as someone who was a size 28, 30, and is now a size 10, 12. You can do it. I am a single mom, could not afford a personal trainer. I went on IG, TikTok, YouTube. I found ways to do a workout. If you guys want to follow my transformation or any of the workouts I've posted on TikTok and IG, it's Dawn Linnea one, and that's DAWNLYNEA, the number one. And I post my journey on. It's pretty much identical on IG and TikTok. But I know everyone doesn't have TikTok, so
Right.
um, I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. You can hit me up. If you do TikTok, put it in a comment because I don't look at my TikTok DMs. They're a little wild, so I just don't even look at them.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
But
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you. Miss Phil, any closing comments for anybody watching now or maybe later?
Um, these two ladies on here, you guys, I'm just in awe of you. I love that your journeys, and for anybody that is struggling, just do what you can do. All three of us are from different walks of life,
Yeah.
different, scenarios, different, body types, but you have to do what's right for you. You have to make the choice to flip that switch and say, I'm going to change. That's in anything. It's not even just weight loss, it's anything in life. And so this is my teacher personality coming out. But you are the only you that you are. No one can do this for you. And so, why start later? Start now. You can hit me up in Messenger if you private message me. If you want some advice, if you want to work out, I'll help you through Zoom, or through FaceTime. If you need a workout buddy, I'll do it if it's what you need to do to get started. But yeah, just start. Like Miss Dawn was saying, just start. That's all you have to do.
Mhm.
All right. That's what's up. Well, ladies, I appreciate you. wholeheartedly for coming on and sharing all this information, and hopefully someone out there can benefit from it. I'm sure. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say hopefully they can. I know they can. I know I can. I heard you guys talking about bacon, and I will say this: I may have had some carrot cake here a little bit, but I ain't had bacon in about 20 years. So
Okay.
if I can
Oh,
get to the carrot cake like that, then I'll be good. But I don't eat no bacon at all, no
All
pork. So,
right.
and I'm not Muslim. I just gave it up. And it's been about 4 years, I think, since I've drank any soda. So I don't do any
Good.
soda anymore no more. And I'm back way back on my Arizona tea because I was knocking them out, kind of like maybe Dawn said she was doing them power drinks or whatever or something because I was knocking out. So now if I go somewhere, I may get some tea or something, but now I get it half sweet and half water. I don't get just the whole thing because now I can actually taste how much sugar is off in there, and I really just don't like it that much no more.
Well,
So yeah,
thank you, Lizzo,
yeah,
for having us talk about this because
yeah.
people think that, oh, everybody knows, but sometimes it just takes people saying you can do it.
yeah. Yeah, most definitely. And I hope, watching it now, maybe they may catch it later, but I definitely will be sharing it and hopefully get to touch someone because, every year, we see somebody at New Year's resolution, the gym is jam packed. And by the end of
Mhm.
January, ain't nobody in there. In February, it's the same three people from back from the beginning. So hopefully they can listen to some of y'all stories and can share and, they can make their life change and just start and move, like you say. And Tay Tay, I'm gonna be watching for them videos because she be posting y'all. She be out there. She be cussing and fussing, but she be walking. They had her out there that
Hey.
mat. She was doing something over the wall and kick back and whatever. And she like, oh, but she kept on pushing. So that's good. So ladies, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on here sharing this information with me. And I just hopefully maybe it can touch somebody. So with that being said, this is Paul Wizzo saying holla at your boy and love, peace, and don't get no carrot cake, Paul. I'm just saying.
You know.